Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rag Plays Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. We're here on the forest floor of Kashyyyk, beneath the great Rosher trees, and we are about to proceed deeper into the Lower Shadowlands, a place where few have dared to travel, and even fewer have returned. There is the barrier that we needed Jolie's help to cross. Let's go and see if we can get it shut down. The shimmer of a repulsor field is visible before you. It stands in stark contrast with the foliage around it.
There, you see? Beautifully subtle, isn't it? At least compared to the other Zerka equipment dumped down here. It's only been here a short while, or the Wookiees would have disabled it. They wouldn't have had an easy time of it, though.
Why would they place this thing here?
But there are others, each blocking similar points on certain paths. It is all very calculated, very precise. It would have been effective if it hadn't relied on the creatures to be walking. Climbers don't have much trouble getting around it.
I trust you can get past it. You said as much.
I can manipulate it for a moment. Let me see. How did the Zerka engineers do it? There we go. Now, keep moving. These are the most dangerous depths of Kashyyyk. A few surprises wait for us, I'll wager.
Well, here we are. Journal entry has been added. Let's see what that is. Chieftain in need. Jolie Bindo has helped you pass the Zerka repulsor field so you can continue your search for the supposedly mad Wookiee that Shundar once killed. And also, star map Kashyyyk has been updated. Kashyyyk. Having the reclusive Jolie Bindo in your group has allowed you to access the Lower Shadowlands and continue your search for the star map. Naturally, I couldn't help sneezing as soon as I got down here. Feeling a little tired, a little worn out today. My sleep pattern is quite screwy at the moment, unfortunately, but we will soldier on. So where do we need to be going? More importantly, I think Telemachus would want to have a word with Bastila, see if there are any details from the vision they had that she might have picked up on, but he didn't.
How can I help?
Do you know anything about this place, Bastila?
Kashyyyk is a planet where most of what you see is actually foliage that has grown to enormous heights. No one has ever been to the true surface of the planet below. Beyond that, there is little else I can tell you.
Well, that's just wrong. I mean, we're here right now, and there's Wookiees down here, and there's Zerka down here. You might need a little rest, Bastila. Just like me, for that matter. That's all for now.
Then I suggest we move on.
Jolie.
Got something on your mind, dude?
You've lived on Kashyyyk for a long time, Jolie. Do you know anything about the Lower Shadowlands? What dangers can we expect to face here?
Oh, I know plenty about Kashyyyk. You think someone doesn't live here for 20 years and pick up a thing or two? Chances are, by the time I finish telling you about it all, you would have found out for yourself. So there's no reason for me to start blathering on.
Seems reasonable.
Should be enough for me to tell you that there's kilometer after kilometer of trees on this planet. The deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets. If you're smart, you stay on top with the Wookiees. Go deep, however, and you may find some things you weren't expecting. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
Well, it's a little late for us to stay on top, I think. Never mind. Let's just get back to what we were doing.
Oh, I get it. Let's play with the old man's head, is it? He's half senile. He'll forget I said anything. Wait, what was this about anyway?
Nothing, Jolie. Just forget it. So, here we are. In the Lower Shadowlands. Bit of a confession before we started. I've already recorded this entire section once. Little problem with where my microphone was sitting on my face, so I couldn't even hear what I was saying during the editing process. So here we are again. Let's do another 2 hours of this, because that's about how long it took to get through this section. So, what do we got here? Some vines. Gray overcasty sky. So have these weird insect hives, or whatever they happen to be. Maybe the Kinrath are making them like an egg cluster, or maybe it's some type of fungus. Who can say, right? Anyway, those are actually strangely high resolution for this game. At least I think so, anyway. Very well done. Some type of sycamore leaf. We've got a battle up here with some Mandalorians and a Wookiee. We better run over there and see what's going on. See if we can help. Nice. But 3v1 is not really a fair battle, so let's intervene. I'm gonna need a night speed on myself, and I'm gonna get Bastila to do a Night Valor, I think. And then Jolie, why don't you do Force Shield?
Yes.
Right. Let's leap on over there. Or not, you know, whatever. Looks like one of our party members threw one of them into a whirlwind while he's in stasis. Very good. Wow, he's almost dead. Ugh. Great Bacca, let this outsider be different than the slavers. I beg you. Can you heal my wounds? An attack. From nowhere, please. I need to be healed. Can you? What happened here? Please. I need to be healed. I'm dying. I have the means to heal you. Here. I thank you. I would not have expected an outsider to aid me. Perhaps you will help again. My hunting party, all of them killed without honor. I barely survived. I want the murderers to suffer the same. What can you tell me about your attackers? I've never seen their kind before, not even among the Zerka. You saw them, armored head to toe, yet blending with the forest. They followed us for a long while. We found bodies to the southwest, and then again further south after the west branch of the path. Their speed was amazing. They fought like outsiders, waiting until we were unarmed. They would not attack until we had put our weapons away. They strike like cowards. I'll look into it. I thank you. I will wait here. I am too weak to fight them again, but I refuse to leave the Shadowlands unless vengeance is sated. Please, if you kill them, I will reward you with whatever I can. They are not worthy of life. Look for them where the bodies of my fellows are. They will only attack you if you are not armed. The cowards. We will do that. Journal entry has been added and late side points have been gained. Let's take a look at the journal entry. That would be Hidden Hunters. Kashyyyk. The injured Wookiee Guar's hunting party was attacked by camouflaged outsiders. He would reward you for killing the leader of their group. They found bodies a short way southwest, and then further south once past the west branch of the path. He said, "Look where the bodies of his fellows are. The outsiders only appeared once KotOR's group had put away their weapons, obviously wanting their prey as weak as possible. Disarming may be the only way to flush them out. Yes, we will have to do that. We will have to proceed with caution as well. Let's go ahead and loot the remains of these Mandalorians. What the hell the Mandalorians would be doing on Kashyyyk anyway? It doesn't seem like the best place to look for a stand-up fight, given how disarmed the Wookiees have become because of Chundar. A med pack and some strength gauntlets. It's useful. At least we didn't buy an extra set of those. I suppose either Jolee or Juhani could probably make use of them. We've got a battle stimulant, a mesh underlay, and a repair kit. It's good. We'll have some armor, I imagine, that can be slotted into that, or one of our armors. We'll make use of that mesh underlay. Lastly, we have 3 frag grenades and a Mandalorian blaster, which I believe we have already read the description of, but in case we have not, let's see here. So the Mandalorian blaster, damage energy 2 to 7, 23 meter range, 20 to 20 times 2 critical threat balance, attack modifier +1. The Mandalorian blaster is a slightly more powerful version of the basic pistol common throughout the galaxy. Frag grenades, strength gauntlets, I know we've read those because we have them. Battle stimulant. Med packs, got a respectable supply of regular ones, though we're running slightly low with the advanced ones. I've got to be careful from here on out. Repair kits, that mesh underlay, and that's it. So, we have 2 branching paths here. And I'm not really sure which one to go. I think I can see some bodies off in the distance through the mist there. I'm going to disarm the party to start with, because he did say, look for where the bodies of my fellows are. And they emerge when your weapons are put away. But definitely what I'm going to do, though.
Yes?
Bastila. I really wish this would just like be out like this with all the abilities, so it'd be more like a hotbar, but what can you do, right? What can you do? I'm not gonna use force speed. I'll use it once we're in combat. Once we get close anyway. Be like right here. There they are. Like ghosts appearing from nowhere. Alright, so Bastila, I want you to put that one into stasis. Jolee, I want you to whirlwind him. And Telemachus, you're going to choke this one. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll choke him. See what happens. Alright, everyone ready? All set? Looks like some of our buffs wore off, unfortunately.
Sure.
And he resisted. It looks like Jolee managed to get that one. Weapons. That would help. Yeah, Jolee, you get this. Bastila, bladed lightsaber, and Telemachus is formed. Alright. Looks like we succeeded with him. He got hit by a poison grenade. It looks like he actually got poisoned himself. They poisoned one of their fellows. Rather convenient. He saved, so try the whirlwind again.
Feel it.
Who died? Somebody just died. That poison is brutal. Telemachus, heal. Disengage all this. Heal.
Yes.
And then go protect Bastila. Disengage. Flurry. Bastila, heal up.
I'm here.
Not really what I wanted, but okay. Bravo. Alright, Telemachus, do a shock.
Sure.
Nice.
Got it.
That was quite a fight, and we have leveled up. But first, we will heal, and then we'll do the leveling. So,
And you need?
Jolie. Let's get leveled up here. Level 13 KotOR. Some skills. We'll put the point into awareness. For powers, he has 2 remaining powers. What could we do here? We could get another... We keep going down the Valor path. We get Disable Droid, or Destroy Droid. I should say, we're not really fighting droids at the moment, so that's not a whole lot of use. There's also Advanced Throw Lightsaber, which, I don't know, I'm kind of on the ropes about with that. I never found that ability to be terribly useful most of the time. Then, of course, there is Force Armor. I think we're going to get 1 point into Force Armor to get it to max level. And then we will go with Valor, I guess. Night Valor. Just so that either him or Bastila can buff us at the beginning without worrying about who has the better ability of the two. Alright, so level 13, he's gets a bit more force points and vitality points. Julie has a ton of force points, look at that, it's ridiculous. And then we have Bastila, let's level her up. So she is a level 13 Sentinel. For skills, I believe we were doing computer use on Bastila, and I'm going to keep going down that road even though it is kind of costly. I would like somebody to have the ability to use computers in the party at all times. For powers, she has 1 power remaining. So, what do? The next level of speed on her, or we could go with Force Armor. I think I'm going to grab Force Armor, and there we go. Telemachus is about 8,000 XP away from leveling, or like 7,000 actually. That's good, right? So then let's loot these Mandalorians. We have a Mandalorian Ripper and a Mandalorian Datapad 1. We'll have to read that in a second. And a journal entry has been added. Excellent. What about you? Mandalorian Blaster, Mandalorian Datapad 2, Adrenal Alacrity, and a Poison Grenade. Grab all that. Another journal entry has been added. Okay. Lastly, don't worry about that. Let's grab the remains off of him. A Mandalorian Assault Rifle. That's an awesome item, by the way. That's going to be an upgrade for HK-47s. I'm very glad I didn't pay too much for HK's last weapon, but I probably should have waited because we haven't used him up until this point. I'm kind of stupid sometimes. I should have known better. So let's check out those items. We will read the journals before we look at the journal updates themselves, because we did get 2 of them. So we got a Mandalorian Blaster, another one of those we've already read about. Mandalorian Ripper, weapon proficiency blaster pistol. Damage physical 3 to 6. Range is 23 meters. Critical threat is a 20 times 20 times 2. Balanced attack modifier +2. A weapon similar to this energy-propelled slug thrower belonged to Jigger Wraith, a bounty hunter who plagued the Republic years ago. 37 Mandalorians were executed for being him until sightings declined. Gee, I wonder why the sightings declined with so many people getting killed because of it. As a type of disruptor, this weapon ignores most personal energy shields. That it does. So it says slug thrower. Does that mean it actually uses, like, bullets? Or do they mean like an energy slug, whatever whatever that happens to be. You know, sometimes they're like, oh, it throws energy bolts. Well, what's the difference between a shot of energy and an energy bolt? Who can say? But you know, maybe this is like an actual pistol. Maybe there's still bullets in the KotOR era of Star Wars. That'd be pretty neat. The Old Republic era, I should say. Some poison grenades. There's those Mandalorian data pads. This request is in the Mandalorian language. A stump disabled the stabilizers on my swoop. I request parts before other systems fail. If the generator goes, my blending field will stop working, and I'll be visible to our prey. This is a personal log in the Mandalorian language. It's Mandoa. This hunt is no challenge. How will attacking unarmed creatures train us to use these Jedi toys? Jedi toys. What, were these Mandalorians supposed to be using lightsabers at one point in the development or something? Anyway. You want new warriors to learn? Watching a comrade lop his own arm off fighting a real opponent would teach more than these pointless battles. I obey, Mandalore, but with protest. The blending field generators on the swoops grant near-perfect camouflage. Why only attack unarmed opponents? Well, it seems at least some of these Mandalorians still have honor among them, and we're being so rudely interrupted by this Kinrath here. I really don't care for that, sir. I'm about to make commentary on this group of dead Mandalorians. You have ruined everything. Let's just deal with him quickly. Thank you very much. Right. Let this battle music die down so I can continue what I was about to say. So, about continuing what I had to say. You know what? Just hit it. So rude. So very rude. So anyway, it's interesting because, so far as I can tell, this quest with the Mandalorians is actually a reference to a certain film that I'm sure many of you will be familiar with, that stars an Austrian Ubermensch being chased through the jungle by a alien predator. Points to anyone who gets the reference. Gee, it's a really hard one. So yeah, what's even more interesting about it is that whereas the Predator would only stalk those with weapons specifically because it held some form of honor, it seems that the Mandalorians have abandoned their ancestral roots and are preying on anyone, even those who are unarmed, especially those who are unarmed. And it's good to know that at least one of them was against that practice. Furthermore, when you actually take a look on the Wikipedia articles for the Mandalorians themselves, the culture of the Mandalorians was actually spawned by a progenitor race called the Tong. And the appearance of the Tong closely resembles that of the Yacha from the Predator series, and it's been surmised among the fan base that they're actually the same race, and that that Mandalorians are actually the Yacha, or the Yacha in Predator are Mandalorians that have somehow traveled to Earth to prey on humans because they find them to be good sport. It's a pretty interesting fan theory. I suppose stranger things have happened given the appearance of E.T. in Star Wars Episode 1. That's pretty ridiculous, and it would be so far-fetched that the Alien Predator franchise crosses over with Star Wars. I think there's even a theory that particular universe is the same as Blade Runner's universe. Man, it's gonna get weird. It's getting real weird now, and this whole continuity thing, but it's kind of cool how they put that in there. I'm not even sure if it was intentional, But that is what this quest seems to be. Anyway, so which way do we want to go now? It's an absolute warren in here of little twisty tunnels and winding paths. So easy to get lost and disoriented. Obviously not as a player, because we have this handy-dandy little map that somehow this character can draw on the fly despite never being here, or having been here before. I mean, who the hell would map the forest floor? Imagine, like, as soon as you cut a trail through it, it just all gets overgrown in no time at all. Anyway, the Kinrath were coming from this direction, so I'm actually going to drop a quick save to start with, and we're going to head down that way further on. See if we can find the source of the Mandalorians. Nothing over here. Doesn't seem like there's a hell of a lot of loot on the ground so far, as opposed to the other one where there was much more human traffic, and I suppose it would have been closer to Woro Village. What is flashing in my inventory? Adrenal Alacrity. Must have missed that. And that Mandalorian Assault Rifle. Did we ever read the description of that? I don't think we did, you know? I think I got distracted by something. Yeah, so, I was distracted by the data pads. That's what it was. Mandalorian Assault Rifle. So, feats required: weapon proficiency, blaster rifle, damage energy 3 to 10, range is 28 meters, critical threat is 19 to 20 times 2, on hit, stun of 25% chance for 6 seconds, DC 10 to negate the effect, and an attack modifier of +2. This is definitely going to be a replacement for HK-47's repeating blaster. These weapons are almost overpowered for their size, but the Mandalorians prefer them that way. They do not make a habit of being subtle in their war-making. Yes, this is true, except these ones seem to be actually going about their war-making somewhat subtly. Those look like speeder bikes down there. I'm actually going to avoid that area, and I'm going to hang. Keep going straight through this log. Whoa, shaky camp. See that? And it does look like we have another group of dead Wookiees here, so we're going to want to buff up.
I'm here.
Bastila, I want you to apply Valor to everyone.
Yes?
That'll do. Oh yeah, right. Weapons. Forgot. They don't attack unless we're disarmed.
Sure.
Let's go back. And here they are again. And naturally all our buffs just go off into the ether as soon as we get into a cutscene for reasons unknown. Jeez. I'm gonna lightning, and then I'm gonna do basic attacks. Jolie, put that one into stasis, please. The one that's marching towards Bastila, and Bastila, you try and take care of that one with a whirlwind.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so we disabled one of them. It's like the lightning hit, Master Flurry. Oh yeah, weapons, right. Keep forgetting Bastila and Jolie. You go after that one, Jolie. Actually, no, that one's... Disengage all that, go after him. Telemachus, Flurry.
Sure.
Our speed is worn off already. Jolie, how are you faring with that? I'm gonna actually focus this one. I think he's alright for now.
I still got it.
Okay. This guy is not gonna last long with 3 Jedi in his face. Do a power attack. Disengage all that power attack. I don't use power attack enough.
There.
Jolie Jolie almost died. I'm gonna use his healing. He's probably better at it than us. Yes, he's much better at it than us. His force points should also regenerate far faster than ours. Let's loot. Music. Where? Thank you. We have another Mandalorian Ripper. We have a swoop bike signal device and a Mandalorian datapad 1. Another one. And a vibro sword. Get all that. You. Another Mandalorian assault rifle. That'll be the replacement for Telemachus's blaster, I suppose. Been hanging on to that for a long time. And a Mandalorian datapad 2 and a Mandalorian blaster. So that vibro sword, Mandalorian blasters, rippers. Already read about those. Datapad 1 and 2, which are exactly the same. They gave them to us twice in case we came from the other direction to start with. So the swoop bike signal device. This device attaches to a swoop bike, transmitting any field data that has been collected on it to the commander. I'm sure that'll come in handy for something. We also have another Mandalorian assault rifle. Good stuff. I don't like how that's doing that, so I'm gonna just quick save again to see if I can get rid of that stutter. Do a load as well. Looks like the stutter's with us, folks. I don't know what causes that, but it just happens every so often. That's really obnoxious. See if I can fix it here. Advanced options, maybe VSync off. Not so much. Advanced options, VSync. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna just exit out of the game and reload it, and we'll see if that actually fixes the problem. I will be right back, everyone.